Montana's chief federal judge, Richard Siebel, is apologizing today after he forwarded an email containing basically a racist statement about Barack Obama. So basically, the email compared African Americans to dogs, and he also implied that President Barack Obama's mother slept with animals. Now, this is an email that was sent to him, and then he decided to forward it to 6 of his friends. Now, according to the email, it says, a little boy said to his mother, "Mommy, how come I'm black and you're white?" His mother replied, "Don't even go there, Barack. From what I can remember about that party, you're lucky you don't bark."
Keeping it classy. Stay classy, San Diego.
So anyway, let me give you an idea of what his apology was like. He said, "This is a private thing that was, to say the least, very poor judgment on my part. I did not forward it because of the racist nature of it. Although it is racist, I'm not that way, never have been."
It reminds me of Larry Craig saying, I am not now, nor have I ever been gay. I just have a really wide stance. I'm not racist, I just like to forward racist emails. Look, I don't know what's in that guy's heart, as they say. So does he hate all black people, etc.? But why would you send that email? I mean, I guess you thought it was funny. He says he's against the Obama administration and ha-ha, he. But you know, the thing is, I think the most relevant part of this is that more often than not, people who are racist don't realize they're racist. And so, what do I mean by that? Like, I don't think this guy sees a black guy and thinks he should be using a different fountain than me, right? And I don't know, maybe he does, but I doubt it.
I don't even think that needs to be the thought in order to be considered racist. Do you see what I'm saying?
No, I know. But what he doesn't realize is that, like, in his mind, that's racist, right? Mm-hmm. But, like, if he thinks, like, you know, this white woman having sex with a black guy might as well be having sex with a dog, he's like, that's just a joke, man. That's not racist. But in his mind, he thinks those two things are nearly equivalent. All those assumptions that's built up in his head, and he doesn't even recognize it.
Right.
But does that have an effect? He's a judge, by the way. Does that have an effect if an African American is a defendant in his court? JR, what do you think? Does it have an effect?
Yes. Now, who cares if he's racist or not? If somebody gets outside of the sexual harassment laws at your workplace, they don't say, well, let's see if it's really in your heart that you were actually gonna fondle and grope and make that woman feel uncomfortable. No, you did it, dude. You did it. We found out you did it. Whatever consequences come with that, come with that. Why is it when you're at this particular level? Now, we have to find out what's in his heart. Who cares what's in his heart? He fucked up. You see the consequences. And as a judge, okay, a lapse in judgment. Another part of that I read, he said, I want to let everyone know, this wasn't meant to be seen by everyone else. So if there's somebody in your courtroom who's busted on some drug sting and he was selling drugs, he'd be like, oh, well, Your Honor, if I knew it was an undercover cop, I'd have never sold him the drugs. Come on.
Well, obviously I didn't intend for the cops to see my drug dealing. No, I hear you on that. But look, I actually don't fully agree with that part because a public joke is different than a private joke. So if a judge is sending it out, so for example, we do many stories about Republican Party officials who are sending out emails like this to all the other party officials. And they're like, isn't it funny? Obama's like a monkey. No, that's not funny. And you send it out publicly. And so I think that's very relevant. But if you make a private joke among friends, it might indicate, or it might not indicate, maybe you were just joking, right? It depends on the context, etc. I think it is a different standard, actually.
I feel like we're being too cautious with whether or not he's racist. I think that if you forward a message like this, you're obviously amused by it. You obviously believe in the contents of the message. So yeah, you're racist. You don't read him. Look, he saw that and it spoke to him. He thought it was amusing and he sent it to his friends. I would never send this to my friends. I'd be disgusted by it and I would delete it for sure, right? But he obviously sees like truth in that and he believes in it and he forwards it. So I don't think that it's wrong at all to say that he's racist.
All right, fair enough. You guys win.
Okay.
I mean, I don't know what I'm supposed to say at that.
But JR's right. Like, whether he's racist or not doesn't really matter. But if you send out things like this, there are consequences for it. So now you got to face the consequences. Sorry. I don't know what the consequences should be, but do you think he should lose his position? look, he's a judge, okay? And he makes important rulings, right? And if he has these types of biases, I'm pretty convinced that these biases would influence his rulings. And I don't know, I'm not in favor of that.
I don't know. I just feel that firing someone over a private email, and that's a joke, is too harsh. Even if it gives you a sense of where his head's at, right? And even if he's virulently whatever he is, right? I don't know. Am I libbing out there? What's happening?
I don't know if it's libbing out. It's just wrong. It's again. I'm gonna go back to the sexual harassment thing. There's aspects of sexual harassment where, if you send an email and you wasn't supposed to let your female coworker see it, or you're talking amongst your friends in your office and a female coworker walks by and overhears it, you didn't mean for it to happen. You still violated the rules. You fucked up.
Yeah, but I wouldn't fire that guy.
Well, that happens though. That's the rules.
All right, I'm interested in what Master Lib Michael Schur thinks about this.
Look, nothing's going to happen to this judge. He was a judge appointed by George W. Bush. He's in the state of Montana, which has 4 black people in it, I think. I think that, but it doesn't excuse it, and I think there have to be repercussions. You know, if there are no repercussions when this happens, he didn't write the joke, but he forwarded it. That's.
Would you fire him?
Yeah, I would fire him. He shouldn't be a judge. He obviously is biased against a civil right.
All right, well, the lib has spoken. Okay. It's over. I just wanted to know what the lib position was. Apparently it wasn't mine. It was to fire.